Hi, my name is Cameron Sato, and in this video I will be discussing about my molecule of the year, butadiene. Butadiene has a chemical formula of C4H6, a molecular weight of 54.09 grams per mole, and a structure as shown below. Butadiene is most commonly found as a gas, however it is liquid when pressurized. It has a melting point of negative 108.9 Celsius and a boiling point of negative 4.4 Celsius. The molecule is colorless, has a mild gasoline-like odor, and is insoluble in water, however soluble in alcohol, ether, and benzene. Butadiene oxidizes and forms explosive particles when in contact with air, is extremely flammable, and has a toxicity classification of group 2A, which falls under a human carcinogen. Butadiene can cause irritation to nose, throat, lungs, and eyes, blurred vision, vertigo, tiredness, decreased blood pressure, headaches, nausea, frostbite, damage to central nervous system, decreased pulse rate, fainting cardiovascular diseases, breast neoplasms, brain neoplasms, liver injury, respiratory damage, multiple organ damage, cancer, death, and more. Butadiene was originally discovered in fossil fuels in 1886 by Henry Armstrong and A.K. Miller. They did this by isolating the molecule from gasoline. In 1910, Sergei Lebedov accidentally found a method to make it into a rubber-like substance. This substance was first fully manufactured in Germany during World War I and quickly grew in production as automobile production increased. Now butadiene is commonly produced in manufacturing facilities all around the world. As discussed in the last slide, butadiene is typically only produced using fossil fuels. About 3 billion pounds of butadiene are produced each year, and butadiene is only naturally emitted in cases of incomplete combustion in forest fires or bushfires. Butadiene is mainly used in creating synthetic rubber, especially tires, and about 75% of total manufactured butadiene is used for rubber. Butadiene is also used to make plastics, mainly acrylics. Exposure to butadiene is typically linked to rubber and plastic facilities. Other routes of exposure include vehicle exhaust, cigarette smoke, or intake of polluted water or air around plastic or rubber facilities. Butadiene is the 36th most common abundant chemical produced in volume in the US. I'm nominating butadiene as the Villain Molecule of the Year nominee because 1. It affects millions of individuals around the globe each year, especially workers in plastic or rubber facilities, which have a direct association with the increase of leukemia. 2. Because its extreme flammability can cause unsurmountable damage. This was so prominent that the CDC stated its extreme flammability and potential for explosion is probably a greater health concern than its toxic effects. This was clearly shown in the 2019 TPC chemical plant explosion due to the leak of butadiene in Port Neches, Texas. 3. Because it constantly creates air pollution, which negatively affects the human population and the environment around it, especially when talking about areas closest to rubber or plastic facilities. And lastly, because it relies on the use of fossil fuels, which negatively impacts climate change. Below are a list of the sources that I used to gather the information in this video, and thank you for watching the presentation.